You train hard, you watch highlights, you do the drills, but nothing changes. You're not getting faster, not smarter, not more confident. And deep down, you already know why. You're doing the same thing as everyone else and expecting different results. But here's what no one tells you. The fastest improvers aren't the most talented. They're not the ones doing 500 tricks a day. They're the ones who master the basics so deeply, they stop thinking. And once you learn how to train like that, your progress won't just speed up. It'll feel like cheating, especially if you implement the last one. Johan Cruyff once said, "Playing football is very simple, but playing simple football is the hardest thing there is." He wasn't being poetic. He was exposing the truth. At the highest level, football isn't about flashy moves. It's about doing simple things: passing, receiving, moving, shielding at insane speed under insane pressure. Anyone can pass in a rondo, but how many can do it when a defender's lunging, your teammate's offside, and the crowd's screaming? That's the real game, and that's where 99% of players fail. Most players think improvement comes from more drills, more skills, more TikTok tutorials. So they jump from move to move, drill to drill, but never get better. Why? Because they're building a house on sand. The fastest improvers don't add more, they go deeper. They master the fundamentals so completely that their body acts before their brain can catch up. You don't need 100 tricks. You need one perfect touch. You don't need 50 passing drills. You need one clean first touch, every time. Stop chasing complexity. Start mastering the basics with intention. Let's start with ball carrying, the most overlooked skill in football. Most players think it's just running with a ball, but real ball carrying is this: moving at different speeds, in different directions, while keeping the ball just out of reach. Close enough to protect, far enough to explode. And the secret? Use every part of your foot. Inside for control, tempo, shielding. Outside for bursts, sharp cuts, changing pace. Laces for direct full speed runs. Do this over and over. No cones, no distractions, just you, the ball, and the ground. And train one more thing: your head up. Yes, glance down when you need to, but most of the time, look up, scan, see the game. That's what separates you from the rest. You're not just moving the ball, you're moving with the game. Now, ball mastery, not tricks, not for Instagram, but control in tight spaces, under fatigue, with total precision. Inside sole taps, outside drags, lateral rolls, pullbacks. These aren't boring, they're your foundation. And here's how to train them right. Don't rush, don't multitask. Focus on one move at a time. Stand still, repeat it 50 times, make it automatic, then add speed, then add pressure, then add a defender. When your body can do it without thinking, that's when you're ready for the game. Ball shielding is one of the most undertrained, misunderstood, and underrated skills in football, and yet it's the reason players like Busquets, Rodri, or young Iniesta never seem to lose the ball. They're not the strongest, they're not the fastest, but they're impossible to dispossess. And it's not magic, it's technique, timing, and body control, trained until it's automatic. Most players think shielding is just using your body to block a defender, so they stand tall, stiff, arms out, hoping to hold the ball. Big mistake. That kind of shielding freezes you. You become a target, a statue, and the moment a defender pushes, you fall. Real shielding isn't about blocking. It's about controlling. It's about using your body to create space, absorb pressure, and stay alive, so you can turn, pass, or drive forward when the moment is right. And it starts with posture. You don't shield standing up, you shield low. Bend your knees, drop your center of gravity. Lean slightly forward, not from the waist, but from the ankles. Now you're stable. Now you're hard to knock off balance. Now you're not just holding the ball, you're ready to move. Your feet should be wide, not close, like a pyramid, strong at the base. This gives you balance, control, and the ability to shift weight fast. Now, position the ball just far enough that you can move it quickly, but not so far that the defender can poke it away. Usually that's just outside your supporting foot, close to your body, but not trapped. And here's the secret most players miss. Shielding isn't static, it's alive. The best players don't just block and freeze, they make micro adjustments, small touches, slight shifts in weight, tiny turns, to keep the defender guessing. 1 second they're leaning left, the next they've shifted right, still in control. That unpredictability is what makes tackling them a nightmare. You can't commit because you don't know where they're going next. And that's where arm usage comes in, not to push, but to frame. Your arms aren't for shoving. They're for balance and pressure matching. Slightly extend them like a tightrope walker to feel the defender's force. Match their push, absorb it, then use it. Cristiano Ronaldo used this masterfully, never pushing, just enough contact to stay in control while inviting the defender into his rhythm. When the defender commits, you're already gone. Now, the only way to train this right: contact, pressure, chaos. Not cones, not solo drills. You need a real defender. So do this. Play 1 versus 1 in a tight space, a garage, a backyard, a small court. Let them press you. Hold the ball, fight for it. Lose it, get it back, do it again. No rules, no mercy, just survival. This is where real shielding is built, in the fire. You'll learn how to use your body, how to time your moves, how to stay calm when someone's breathing down your neck. And over time, something changes. You stop fearing pressure. You start inviting it, because you know, as long as you're low, balanced, and aware, the ball isn't going anywhere. And that's when you become dangerous. Not because you can sprint, not because you can dribble, but because you can hold the moment. And when you do, your team gets time, space. That's real control. That's real leadership. That's the art of holding ground. Passing, the language of football. Passing isn't just about accuracy. It's about communication. And it starts before you get the ball, with scanning. Not a quick glance, but a real look. Left, right, behind. Ask yourself, where's the pressure? Where's the space? Where's my teammate moving? The earlier you scan, the faster you can play. And when the ball comes, one touch, set it with purpose, pass with intent, use the wall every day. Pass with your right, control with your left, move back, add targets, train your weak foot. The wall doesn't lie. It shows you exactly where you're weak, and that's where you grow. Your first touch decides everything. A bad touch, you're under pressure. You panic, you lose it. A good touch, you're in control. You see the game, you create. So train it like your career depends on it, because it does. Start with juggling, barefoot if you can. Feel the ball, control it. Let your feet learn its weight, its bounce, its rhythm. Then wall passing with control. Pass the ball, control with 1 touch, pass again. 2 touches, 1 touch, thigh to foot, unpredictable. Then wall juggling. Tap it off the wall, juggle once, hit it back. This is real first touch. Dynamic, reactive, under pressure. Do this daily and you'll never be caught flat-footed again. Shooting, power comes last. Before you worry about top bins or curl, learn the technique. Plant foot next to the ball, toes pointing where you want it to go, slight knee bend. Lean forward for a driven shot. Hit with laces for power, inside for precision. Follow through, don't stop at impact, and most important, repetition. Same distance, same ball, same target, until it's automatic. Power comes from form, not force, and control beats chaos every time. Defending isn't about speed, it's about positioning. 2 drills to start today. 1, wall interceptions. Pass the ball hard against a wall. React instantly. Intercept it like it's a bad pass. Teaches you to read movement and react fast. 2, 8x8 mini goal duel. Tight space, small goals. Stay in line with the last attacker. Open your hips. Angle your body to guide the attacker where you want. No hiding, no excuses, just pure compressed learning. Dribbling, the real way to beat defenders. If you want to beat defenders in real games, you don't start with flashy moves. You don't start with cones. You don't start by copying Neymar's stepovers on concrete. You start with stillness. Yes, stillness. Because the fastest way to master a dribble move isn't to rush through it 100 times. It's to do it slowly, perfectly, and over until your body learns it like breathing. Here's how it works. Stand in one spot. Pick one move, the scissors, the step over, the pullback, the outside cut, and repeat it 50 times. Same foot, same motion, same rhythm. Focus on control, on balance, on keeping the ball glued to your foot. No distractions, no music, just you and the move. This isn't boring, it's neurological training. You're wiring your brain to execute that move without thinking. And that's the goal, automaticity. Because in a real game, there's no time to decide, should I cut inside or fake? If you have to think, you're already late. But if the move is in your body, you do it before the defender blinks. Once it feels natural standing still, add motion. Do it while walking, then jogging, then sprinting into a turn. Now you're teaching your brain to perform under speed, just like in a match. But the real secret? Shadow dribbling. This is when you dribble like there's a defender in front of you, even though there isn't. You fake, you pause, you change direction, you sell the move with your eyes, your shoulders, your body. No ball? Even better, practice with a tennis ball at your feet. It forces sharper control. Do this for 5 to 10 minutes daily, in your hallway, in the park, anywhere. Shadow dribbling builds game speed instinct. It trains your body to react to pressure that isn't even there. So when it is there, you're already ahead. And here's the truth most players miss. Dribbling isn't about beating the defender in front of you. It's about creating space for your next action. A fake isn't just to get past someone, it's to draw them in so you can pass, shoot, or accelerate into the gap. That's why players like Messi or Salah don't need 10 moves. They need 1, done with perfect timing and intent. So stop collecting tricks like trading cards. Master 1, then 1 more, then use them with purpose. And when you finally step into a game, you won't be guessing. You'll be controlling the defender, the moment, the match. The real cheat code, small-sided games. If you want to improve so fast it feels like cheating, play more small-sided games. 3v3, 4v4, 5v5. Not drills, not cones, real games. Why? Because in 10 minutes of 3v3, you make more decisions than in 90 minutes of 11v11. You touch the ball more, you defend more, you think faster. There's no hiding, no coasting, you're involved. This is why street players dominate. They didn't train moves, they trained survival against older, stronger, faster players every day. You want to evolve? Get in the chaos. Watch football like a player, not a fan. And one last thing, watch football, but not as a fan, as a student. Pause, rewind, ask, why did he pass there? How did he know the defender was coming? Why didn't he dribble at that moment? Study the quiet moments, the ones no one highlights, because greatness lives in the details. You don't need more drills, you don't need more skills, you need deeper mastery. Train the basics with focus, with repetition, with intention, and one day you'll look up and realize you passed everyone who was too busy chasing flash to master the foundation. So stop overcomplicating it, go back to the basics, and master them like your dream depends on it, because it does. And if you liked the video, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button.